All right. I seen your post the other day, and it was late in the evening. I didn't have time to respond to it. And unfortunately, I forgot all about it the next day, and I was going through again last night and seeing it again. So today I figured I'd show you if you didn't already figure it out, or for future uses. Anyhow, here's the house builder. I got a 2x2 window, 2 meters by 2 meters. I'm just gonna duplicate it. Shift D, hide the original, and I'm going to move it down to new project. Now, if it was me, I'd probably just make it from scratch. Would be just as quick. But if you're not good at mapping and all that stuff, this is how I would go about doing it. I would just duplicate this window again, hide one of them, and now go into edit mode. And with the X-ray on, box select this trim, then hit P, separate by selection, and then A, tab out. Now you click on it again, and let's just delete that section of the window. So now if I bring this window up, and I'm on that, let me just hit R, Y to rotate, and I'll rotate this. Say you want something like that. Now, if we want to save this one to use to replace, once we make a cut, so let's duplicate it. Shift D, enter, and I'll hide the one. Now I'll go into edit mode, A, decimal to zoom in, and I'm just going to get rid of the outer edges. Delete face. And if I rotate, bring it off the window a little, back to 1. So we're in front ortho. If you hit 5 on the number pad, we're in perspective. When you make knife cuts, we want to make sure you're in ortho. So hit 5, and we want to be front view when using the knife. Now, if I tab out of that, highlight the window, we'll box select and join these together. You can right click, join, or Control J. Now, if we tab back in or go to edit mode up top, now we can bring up the knife tool. Now I'm in 3.0. I believe if you're still in, you know what, let me slide this because it's thick and blue. I want that to be up. So if I come up here to, think local. No, local normal. Now I can slide this. Oop, I'm going to go Control Z. I have the correct face attribute on. We want to disable that when we're in edit mode because we don't want to change the texture on these pieces. So again, now I'll just slide this up so that it's sticking out on both ends. Go back to global so I don't forget. Now, in I think 2.9 and above, K, well even on 2.83 that we use for the OPCD conversion, it's K to bring up the knife. But now in 3 and 9, in order to cut through everything, you have to actually hit C for to cut through everything. I think if you're on 2.8 yet, it's KZ. But anyhow, we'll click. There it locked in. I'll come down. There it's locked. Whoop. Control Z. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter. And now I'll do it again on the bottom. K, C, enter. Now we can remove these pieces that we don't want. We don't want this, so delete face. Come up, delete those. Now, if we zoom in on this, we want to go K, C, click there, enter, and now we can get rid of that piece. And while we're here, we can go to Edge Select or 2 on the keyboard, highlight this edge, rotate around, hold Shift, click on that, and now we can right click and dissolve edge to clean that up. Go back to 1. Edge select it. Now we're going to do the same thing again up here. We're going to go K, C, or it might be K, Z on 2.8, and we're going to come down to that point, click enter. Now we can get rid of these two faces. And if we come back up to edge select again, select that edge, hold shift, select that one, right click, dissolve edge. Now we can go back, get out of edit mode, and now bring up the one we saved. Now if I tab into this, let's go to vertex select, and let's go to local. Now I can bring that down below, turn on our magnet, make sure you're on vertex select, and now you can come to the top corner there, hit G, enter. Let's zoom in closer. Now let's just box select the bottom one and go G, enter. Tab right there. That match is now perfect. We'll just come back down to the other end. Basically, do the same thing. G, G, enter. Tab out. Now we can select the window. I'm going to go back so I don't forget and put us on global. And I'll box select, join, tab in, A, hit the letter M, and merge by distance, and that gets rid of those vertices, 8 of them. I can go back, I'll go back to base, select 3 on the keypad or up here. And the only other thing now would be, that's basically what you were wanting there. But you'll probably want that to be a solid glass as opposed to with the grills. So we would go highlight that, and we want to go to the UV editor. So if we click that tab, open up the UV editor, and down here it is. We can just hit G to, well, let's turn the magnet off first while we're moving. Just hit G to grab and slide it all the way in the upper corner. Go back to layout, and there it is. That's the window you were basically looking to create without having to really go through doing the mapping and unwrapping. So if you didn't already figure it out, hopefully this will help you.